What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, y'all remember some time ago when I said this?
Yeah. How you like that, man?
I like it a lot.
Well, maybe it's time to take care of that. Alright, so before we get this project started, on putting the chain on the bike, I want to share a small issue I had just before this video. You see, I got brand new tires on the bike. I'm fixing to put a brand new chain on it, but there were plates back here that are for your chain tensioner. Now, the chain tensioner is a very vital component. You see, it has to line the chain up with the sprocket so that it doesn't cause wear. Well, I was missing that plate on the other side when I bought the bike. So I called all the local salvage yards around here. I called pretty much everyone I know around here, and everybody that came up empty. So I went ahead and called my buddy Mike over there at Metz Machines, and how be damned if that guy didn't have two of them in stock and sent them to me that day. So once again, Brandon, Mike, you boys over there at Metz Machines, once again, you guys have saved my ass.
So let me show you what I'm dealing with before we get to the project. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, those plates I was talking about are these right here. The silver plate. See this bolt that comes out? I have the part. I'll show you what it looks like underneath. But this is the one that was actually missing. Okay? And this is a very important thing because whenever you tighten this, it actually pulls the axle back, which will tighten your chain. Okay, so I needed this and it was completely missing. What these things look like inside is, it looks like that. See that one there? That's what you're looking at. So ultimately, that's what it looks like on the inside. Okay? See how the axle is going through it? That's how it's supposed to be. Alright. Now that you know what that looks like, moving on. While cruising, I know this chain is bad, but these are some signs that your chain is terrible. Or it's going bad. Alright? First is going to be the sound. If it sounds like that, it either needs massive maintenance or it's bad. 2, look at your links. See if there's a lot of space and see if there's any slack. If you were to take it off or move it side to side, I shouldn't be able to move this side to side, and I can. There's a lot of slack in there. Shouldn't really be able to move it. You can move it, it'll have just a little give, but not as much as this. Alright, also, you see how it's shiny on the inside? It's shiny because as it's rolling, sprocket on the inside, I'm about to take this panel off. That grinding that you hear is the chain not lining up perfectly with all the teeth on that front sprocket. Now this here, sorry. Alright, you see how the teeth are just to the right? They're not dead center. This would be dead center. See how these teeth are in the middle of those links? Alright, now watch what happens. This is how you'll know that your tire is out of alignment. Okay? Hang on, let me see if I can do this. Oh, another thing. Look at the O-rings, but you'll see how some of those are popped out. Yeah, see, this chain hasn't been serviced in years. I also found out that this bike actually hasn't been on the road since 2011. So I'm pretty sure all this stuff needs to be replaced. But watch how the chain works its way to the works its way to the left that lets me know that this thing is out of alignment. It sounds smooth until it does one full revolution, and then the grinding gets worse. With the grinding that you hear is the teeth. Oh, come on. Are doing that. It's hard to see. I'm sorry. The teeth. Look, the teeth are working their way on the side on the side link, the wall of this. They're not dead center anymore, and it's not supposed to be like that. You're going to eat away at your sprocket. So that's why, if you have a bad sprocket, change your chain and both your sprockets, because chances are you got deep valleys, or you have improper wear or deep wear on your drivetrain, or at least your chain and your sprockets. So I highly recommend, if you change your chain, you might want to address your sprockets, both the rear and the front, because if you put a brand new chain on here and you have old wear on this, well, that chain is going to wear down to where it's comfortable to the wear part on your old sprocket, and you're going to waste a brand new chain. So don't do that. That's stupid. Another thing I'd like to add is my neighbor was nice enough to let me borrow his rear stand. This is actually the proper way you should mount your bike up, because it's sturdy, it's safe. I mean, I can shake this thing and it's not falling over, it's not shifting at all. So that's the proper way to do it. If you lube your chain, whenever you do that, do it up on a stand like this, and don't run your bike. Don't turn it on and put it in first gear and let it drive. Don't do that, because you're just asking for problems. Because I mean, if you were to do this and it's running and you get it caught somehow, your finger will come up under here. You see where my fingers are going? Yeah, right into that. That right there is going to be a recipe for a bad day. And that wheel will be spinning around. My fingers will be stuck inside this sprocket. That's going to twist my wrist until here. And it'll twist it so fast, it might break your wrist. And you'll lose some fingers if you don't lose fingers first. So, turn the wheel by hand. Don't be lazy. Do it the right way and do it the safe way. Okay? Put some cardboard behind here and spray some chain cleaner if you want, or some lube, and do it like this. Don't run the car. I mean, don't run the bike. Another tip is, after you change your chain, you might want to change your slider here as well, because it's got some grooves in it. This one here I will change later on. I don't have this right now. I didn't even think about it until right this very second, when this video is being posted. So by the time this video is posted, I will have already purchased another one of these, so don't worry about that. But definitely, you want to change the slider out, you want to change the chain, probably your sprocket if need be, okay, and your front sprocket as well, which is behind this panel right now. And let me show you that. 8mm. Alright, that's your front sprocket. Front sprocket, rear sprocket. For this particular bike, the actual spec, the specs for this is 1545. All right, and what I mean by that is tooth count: 15 teeth up front, 45 teeth in the back. That was a wussy belch. All right, so what I mean by that is it's the ratio. Okay, 15 teeth. Okay, I counted them. This one's got 15. Okay, I went and counted all these. That on the back, you can either count them or look on the actual sprocket. I rolled it around so you guys can see. This one says 46. So the person who owned this bike before me went ahead and changed out the sprocket. This is not a stock one. This is an aftermarket. It's made by Vortex. I used to have that sticker there, but that's just a lame sticker. I didn't want it there. I'm gonna have SV Cruiser written across here so people can see who in the world I am. But yes, they went up a tooth on here. So if I'm not mistaken, just look it up. But what I think it does, I was looking it up today. I could be wrong. If I'm not, then just go with what I say. But if you go up and down teeth, you can actually change these sprockets out. This is probably the easiest part to change. You can change both. Okay, you can go up a tooth or down a tooth, or up 2 teeth or down 1 or 2, whatever. Just don't get too crazy. Don't get like 2 or 3 teeth low on this. Don't go from 15 to like 13. That's a stupid jump. Don't do that. You might not like how the bike's going to react to it. Okay, so here's how it is. If you go, let me see here. Let me start with the back because I read it this way. If you go up in teeth, you gain low end torque, which means you lose top end speed. If you go down in teeth, you lose torque, but you gain top end speed. That's for the back. Now for the front, it's different. It's totally backwards. If you go up in teeth, you increase top end speed, but if you go down in teeth, you increase low end torque. I think that's how it is. If not, just read up on it. But it does matter. It does matter. And this particular bike is 15 and 45, and the previous owner changed the rear to 45 to 46. So I think I gained some lower end torque simply by this. All right, so listen up. Hear that? Those are not lining up. The teeth, it's hard to see, guys, I'm sorry. Those teeth are not lining up with the actual links, which is why you're getting that grinding sound. And a lot has to do with the back not in line, and the chain is just old, it's tired, it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and change this chain out now. You can either take an angle grinder or something like that and cut the chain and put a new one on that has a master link on it. You can do that. I don't know if my new chain has that. I hope it does. If not, oh well, it's okay. I'm fine. I have this tool. It actually pops the links out of this chain, and that's what I'm going to use on this one. This is your master one. See how all the rest of them are kind of smooth? And then you get that one that just looks different than all the rest. I'm gonna push on that one, and that's the one that should pop out. Yeah, that sprocket looks good. I don't see any missing teeth. That sprocket in the back cut me. I just bumped it and it sliced me. There's no play. Maybe a little bit of back and forth, but that's fine. It's supposed to be like that. And the back is okay. Something else I noticed. You guys might want to take a close look at your sprockets. You see that? That right there. That is a broken tooth. So I plan on replacing the sprocket anyway. I'm probably gonna go up another tooth, probably up to like a 47. But all these are razor sharp. I mean, look at that. Damn, you got me good. But yeah, I mean, these are very important, and you just want to inspect all your teeth. That right there is not going to affect my chain all too much. I plan on actually replacing this, like I said, and I'm going to get a blue one, also with the blue nuts. Yeah, I said nuts. But these come blue. They're like $20 on eBay or something like that. Man, these things are like razors. Holy crap. Alright, time to put the chain on. Here we go. Alright, now before you put on your new chain, you want to make sure you got the right length of chain. So take the old chain, if you still have it by chance, and stretch it out all the way. That way, from the broken part, and get all the gaps out. Squeeze it together. And you take your old one, I'm sorry, you take your new one. I'm not going to do it out here, because I've already done it. So you'll take this one as well, and you'll stretch this one out to the length of the old one to make sure that you got the right length of chain. Now this one here, this chain has a master link in it, so that's good. They've also given me some extra ones just in case, but I think these are X-ring. These are not O-ring. Yeah, so these are not O-ring. These will be easy to put on. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so fortunately for me, all this is one link. It's all together. All I have to do is undo the master link and put it on the bike. Where's that master link? There it is. Right there. Yep. I just pop that out, slide out the link itself, loop it through the bike, put that link back on, tighten up the rear, and I'm done. Simple as that. And that's why I love these chains. Alright, now with both those links out, now it's time to put your master link in. Alright, first you take the one with the notches in it. I'm pretty sure you can see it's right there. There you go. It's the one with the notches. Alright, just slide one in on one side. Off the sprocket first. It helps out. Because at this point you've already measured it. Alright. One in one side, one on the other. Put the links at the bottom of the sprocket. Put them on the teeth. Like so. Alright, it's got a little bit of slack, and then just roll it around. Let the wheel do the work. Just like that. Alright, so what I did, I'm gonna pop it back off so you guys can see. Alright, remember, I connected these two. Alright. And then down below, I start feeding the chain around the sprocket on the teeth. Oops. on the teeth. Alright, just like that. Make sure it's on the teeth. Then grab the tire and roll the tire around and let the wheel do the work. And there you go. It's on there. Just like that. Okay. Now last but not least, you take the faceplate of the master key link, put it on there like so. The master key, I want to say, goes in the direction of the chain. Not like this. Points in the direction of the front of the bike. Just like this. And then you'll use like a screwdriver or a needle nose. In this case would be a needle nose for me. Make sure it's flat up against there. And it clips into place. Just like that. And that is how you change the chain on a motorcycle. You change out a link. I do apologize for the lengthy part of that video, but it was necessary. Make sure everything is in its groove like it's supposed to be. You wiggle on it. Make sure it's not not going anywhere. It's not gonna fall off. It's in good shape. Just like that. Alright, and then the only thing left here is to tighten up the back of the bike. Tighten up the back of the chain. And when you do, you line up the notches on the swing arm themselves. And after you do that and you kind of snug it up and tighten it and use these adjusters, you want to make sure that these teeth try to stay center of the links and not rub up against the sides, because when they do, it's off center, means your back tire is not straight, and you'll be cruising down the road all crooked. I mean, you really won't notice it, but your chain will. Oh man, that's so much quieter. That's way quieter. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tighten this stuff down and call it a night.
Hit a wall. Right now, I need a miracle.
And guys, that's going to be our wrap for today. I do hope that this video was informative, or at least it helped you guys out in some way, shape, or form. If you guys have any questions, please leave anything down in the comments down below, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can. That blue sure does look good, don't it? It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I'm going to take some video whenever it's daylight, and the whole bike looks a lot better during the day anyway. So a quick shout out and a thank you to Mike and Brandon out there at Metz Machines for saving my ass one more time, for giving me that panel for the chain adjustment. Without that and your help, this bike would not have made it on the road. I probably would have been in some serious. Also want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. It does help out in a great bit for me. And for those who are supporting me on my channel, thank you as well. Don't think I forgot about you guys, but there's too many of you to list in this closure. Also be sure to check out my Instagram channel down below. I should have it listed right about here somewhere down at the bottom of the screen. I do have an Instagram, and everything I post up on Instagram will be also notified and posted up on Facebook. so you guys will be able to see what's coming out next on YouTube. Last but not least, please make sure that you guys hit that notification bell up here in the corner. It's right up here there somewhere. Please hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss any of the new videos that I post up, and you guys don't miss anything at all on this build. In the future I will be having moto vlogs, so definitely that notification bell might come in handy, because you guys get to see the things I get to run into every single day. There's so much stuff I gotta say. Oh man. And I want to thank you guys for watching another episode of SV Cruiser. Thank you and good night.